The last time Bellarmine played at Knights Hall was February of 2020, and we are underway back on campus. Home opener for the Bellarmine Knights in Game 3 of the season. Into the post, it's Garrett Tipton with the shot fake, creates the layup. One of 8 Louisville natives from this Campbellsville team, and they get a bucket on their first possession. Starting 5 for Bellarmine, held consistent through the first 2 games this year. Freshman Peter Suter coming off 24 points against Morehead State. Here he is for 3, and he got it. Loved Betts as he was going for the ball on the sideline. Yeah, Suter stepped up in a big way early for Bellarmine. They expect big things out of the freshman from Carmel this year. Here he is on the wing. Campbellsville-Harrodsburg loves to force turnovers. They're going to jump those passing lanes. And there's a turnover for Bellarmine right through the legs of Kurt Hof.
Was a good look.
And Betts turns it over. Right back to Joyce. But a rejection. Kurt Hof right there. Let's see if that builds some momentum for Bellarmine. Off the shot fake, Betts for 2.
Good ball fake, got his
block in transition. Oof. Nice work from the sophomore. Hof's wide open for 3, extra pass. Bellarmine being patient here. 10 on the timer. Suter for another 3. It's all twine.
Fill the roster with some guys that can fill those voids.
Yeah, we've already seen Suter with 2 threes tonight. Bash Whelan, a starter for the first time in his career, had 13 points against Louisville. This is a deep Bellarmine team still.
And I expect Ben Johnson out of Lexington Catholic, the extra pass, those are things that really get under your skin and wear you out as a team.
A style that's just so hard to replicate, especially early in the season when you're finding your identity as a team. Bellarmine already has theirs. Knights on an 11-0 run. Pass inside, deflected and stolen. Here's Chris Rowland. Quick trigger 3, off the mark from Keelan Kennedy. Alec Freem, 2 games in a row with 7 points off the bench, and there's that patented.
Great way to honor the friends and family of the team and the program, is bringing it back where he really built the program in Knights Hall.
And you know, playing here, when this place is packed, it's a big home court advantage.
Yeah, I mean, this is a really tough place to play when it's really loud.
They're 7 for 7 from the floor after that Bash Whelan layup, and there's the second basket for Campbellsville-Harrodsburg. It's Chris Rollins. Naturally gifted senior from right here in Louisville, played at Central High School. It's a homecoming for a lot of these Campbellsville-Harrodsburg players. 8 Louisville natives on the roster. Ben Johnson in for the first time. Former Kentucky Mr. Basketball. Finds Langdon Hatton, misses the first time, stuffed the second time. It's Rollins. And a steal for Whelan in transition. Freem looking for Hatton on the inside. Instead, it's Betts. Here's Hatton posting up. 6'10" transfer from William and Mary has it snuffed out again. And a miss from Dejuan Stepp. Turnover there from Bellarmine. A little bit Douglas. Still not able to get on the board. Their leading scorer struggling early. Good catch from Johnson on the sideline near us. Betts cutting, shot fake, and draws the foul.
Bringing in here at Bellarmine University.
What a rebound there from Suter. Almost falling into the cheerleader, saved it. Transition, here's Suter. Got caught with a pass, but Whelan there for the cleanup.
For the Bellarmine Knights. You know, there's a lot of buzz, and that's built that way and designed from coach and the staff here. But a W against Louisville is definitely something that is on the checklist for Coach Davenport, and it feels good to see him get that checked off.
Big dub for sure. Last free throw from Warner Bryan for Campbellsville Harrodsburg. Here's Sam DeVault. Misses his first shot attempt. Carry on Douglas, quick trigger three, and he got it. Leading scorer for Campbellsville Harrodsburg this year has his first basket of the night.
And again, back to what Coach Smarro said, he's expecting him to have 8 threes a game.
They try to get him 8 threes a game from Suter for the lay-in. And here's Suter on the tip. Transition to Johnson, freshman to freshman, and Johnson's foul. 5 to shoot. Douglas, Rollins for 3, and he hits.
Great ball movement. We talk about breakdowns from the pass and the ball movement from Bellarmine, but the exact same thing happened right there, and they've passed the ball really well this game.
Bellarmine has given up quite a few threes over the last couple of years since transitioning to D1. That has been a weak spot. Campbellsville Harrodsburg now has 2 of those tonight. Missed 3 from Suter, offensive rebound for Betts. Now it's Freem for the 3, and he hits.
Well, you'll see a lot of threes go up against Bellarmine.
All right, here's a steal for the Knights. It's Tipton in transition. Tipton all the way for 2.
Ball fake you, get it off the rim, the backboard. He's that guy, and they're really needing that guy offensively to just get a bucket. So they're going to need Garrett, and Sutter has become one of those guys as well.
Long 3 try from Tyrese Duncan, missed it short.
Your opinion's not biased.
Not at all. Class of 2016. Betts spinning. Behind the back, look for Suter. Oh, goodness.
In games, they kind of mend and get their guys back home. It's a tough schedule, but I think Bellarmine each year they're becoming more competitive. They're learning more, and it's just a really good platform for the program.
And you said it also applies to Campbellsville Harrodsburg. So we got 10 to shoot here for Kurt Hof, and an easy lay-in off the spin.
With each other, that's tough, but later in the season it pays off.
And they're looking for good stretches like that. Good ball movement again, and Rollins has his second 3.
And they're really excited about Rollins. He's athletic, he can shoot the ball, he can go to the rack, he's good on the boards. He has a really big upside for...
Nothing like a missed free throw to get him fired up. Here comes the ball movement for Bellarmine. Here's Whelan to the post. Hof, fouled. It out. Here's Jones, step back 3. It's good. That's the 4-3 for Campbellsville Harrodsburg here in the first half. Landon Hacker doesn't play too much, hasn't played the first couple of games. Number 4 out there for Bellarmine. They got him in the post. Cross the court for Johnson, open 3. Yes! Rollins short, but yeah, Scotty Davenport said Ben Johnson at times last year was the best player in the gym in practice in February. Going to be a freshman to watch this year alongside Peter Suter for the Knights. Whelan matched up with Duncan, big height advantage. Kick out Johnson. Rattles out, but Hof there for the putback. 6-year-old Austin Sparrow trying to find some answers here early for his team. Eli Roberts, 24, top of the key, into the game for Bellarmine. Senior from here in Louisville. Roberts at the post, matched up with Kennedy. Whelan on the cut, and 1. So the depth is there for Bellarmine, and Roberts making an early impact. Got the tip out there. Now it's Johnson all the way. Defense swarmed in front for Bellarmine. Yeah, those freshmen, huge scoring lifts for Bellarmine this year with what they lost. Nearly 40 points a game from Penn, Fleming, and Claycomb. Here's Hacker, redshirt freshman. Muscles it up, but missed it.
75% from the field, are shooting the ball really well. And listen, Campbellsville Harrodsburg is a talented team that offensively they are passing the ball well and they are challenging Bellarmine at the rim, but it's not an easy game.
Yeah, Campbellsville Harrodsburg's had the fight, just not the scoring so far. Eli Roberts in the post for Bellarmine. With the left hand, missed it. Pioneers coming off a national championship at their level as Douglas fires away and hits. NCCAA, National Christian College Athletic Association, in Division II out of 39 teams. They were the national champ last year. 46-21 the score, 2.5 to go. Jalen Fairman into the game for the first time, number 0 for Bellarmine. 5 to shoot for Whelan, backing down Douglas. Outside for Fairman. Tip from Hatton, McDaniels. Starting as a sophomore, he's been a starter the last couple of years for a program that's only in its 5th year of existence. They got a steal. Here's Douglas for 2. 5th year of existence, Forrest, and they've already won a national title.
You know, he's doing the right things, a young man. He's got them believing. They're down big here, and the bench is still in it. That's culture that he's instilling to the young men. So it's not easy, but these kids believe in him, and that's why they're winning.
Johnson bricks the 3, and the momentarily can't finish over Johnson. Fairman coming in transition. Wheeland open for 3. On to Suter. Might be the last possession for Bellarmine here in the first half. Fairman has a driving lane, jump stop, and swallowed up by Step. Tip from Suter in transition, he's got the steal. Into the post. Hatton spins for 2.
Great decision.
Shoot well enough to win that game at Moorhead. Only 33% from the floor. Now, Moorhead's a good team. They were picked to win the OVC this year, but we are seeing that bounce back effect for Bellarmine so far tonight. Second half underway. Knights taking on Campbellsville Harrodsburg in their home opener here at Knights Hall. Betts wide open for 3. Peter Suter, big first half, and he leads all scorers with now 15 points. For the junior and Campbellsville Somerset transfer. Austin Sparrow, 4th-year head coach. He's not much older than most of his players. 26 years old.
Yeah, I mean, especially with some of these kids are playing 6 years, like Justin Betts, 23, 24 years old. Some of these players in NCAA are old right now.
Wheeland on the baseline, had it stripped. Here comes Kim with the deflection. Here comes the ball whipping around for Bellarmine. Inside for Tipton. Outside for Hof. Suter with the tip. Betts is there. Outside for Suter. 2-3. Hof bounce pass deflected. Harrodsburg just pressuring on defense consistently in the half court, and they get another steal. Again, they love to.
I think you open yourself up a little bit on a press if they beat it so easily.
That was the first time they pressed all game. Suter's wide open, and he nails this one.
And again, you know, when you get in a press, sometimes
We're going to run a set called Bellarmine tonight, where our goal is to whip the ball around as fast as we can and try to get a back cut. That might have been it. But that's how much respect they have for the Bellarmine program. They're running a set called Bellarmine. Suter outside Hatton, 7 to shoot. Tipton creates. Out to Hof, corner 3. Yes!
and he needed one. Build his confidence for any bad shots, but they're not taking extremely easy shots either. I mean, Sutter has really stepped it up to the three-point line. Some guys off the bench have hit some threes. They've got great open shots, but to shoot 75%, they're not just getting layups. So it's extremely impressive, especially against a team that's been extremely physical this game. Without looking at the score, you would think it's been very competitive.
Yeah, Campbellsville Harrisburg still playing hard. Miss from Suter, Hatton underneath. Man, those bodies are flying.
Again,
he's on the pick and roll, but lost it. Johnson out to Hof. Bellarmine shooting 56% tonight. It was 75% early in the first half. Hatton to the block, and he scores. From the corner, Rollins airballs it.
Another kid that shows a lot of promise for Bellarmine. He's got great footwork. He meshes really well with the team, and I expect a lot out of him this season as well.
Yeah, he's going to be an important piece of the depth that we've talked about tonight, especially on the inside. Kurt Hof is the starting five for Bellarmine, and he just pounds his way. Hatton with the board. Plenty of new faces for Bellarmine this year. Guys taking on bigger roles after an ASUN tournament championship season. Freem steps into a three. Brian almost tipped it in, but got it.
Different from Bellarmine is have some depthness at that center spot, which is going to be different and exciting to see.
Lots of subs for both teams. Warner Bryan playing hard on that last possession. You talk about the post depth for Bellarmine. There is more of it this year. You've got Bash Whelan taking on a bigger role, Langdon Hatton, Kurt Hof, Nick Thielen as well. So
Sam DeWalt.
Yes, Sam DeWalt. You don't really think of him as a post player, but he is at the five,
yep.
Just a stretch five.
Yeah, he listen, he's interrupting shots. He's long. He definitely shoots the ball well, but he's definitely, for Bellarmine basketball, he's definitely a bigger guy. So, they get some depthness at that position.
Here he is. Had some big threes over the last couple of years. Betts inside, outside to Hatton. For the timer, and fouled in the shot.
Said that before, and they've really done that with this team, and they're playing really well offensively. But that's the only way you can play with this team is to come in and really soak it up and do that fast. That's what's impressive, that of these true freshmen come in and play really well in this program, because
we've talked about them all night, but for good reason. It is impressive they're able to get out there this early in their career. As Dejuan Stepp has his first basket. Campbellsville Harrisburg really likes Stepp. Georgetown College transfer, high expectations for him. Bellarmine knows what in Johnson County. That's where Chris Stapleton's from, by the way, Johnson County.
And Paintsville has been extremely talented, back in those early 2000s, late 90s years. They had some really good teams.
24 points at Morehead State, 18 points to lead all scorers tonight. But he's still a freshman. This is his third career game, so they're trying to keep him out there for as long as possible.
I mean, you learn more and more that you're out there, right? So I think it's really tough to have a redshirt year. Ben Johnson's seeing that, but man, he's really transitioned into that.
A couple of years ago, trying to find a groove again. Thielen had the turnover on offense, but Bellarmine gets the stop defensively. Super
athletic, been an extreme part of how exciting the bench gets for someone that's hurt. That's part of the culture. Thielen he's excited to be out there, and I expect him to play extremely hard and come out to give it the best he can.
No passes have been easy tonight for Bellarmine. Ten to shoot. Suter inside Thielen. Thielen shot fake goes up and is fouled.
just getting a little bit more confidence. We were talking about the young guys, but man, when you're coming off an injury, you've got to know what you can do, your limitations, and just getting some of these games like this underneath your belt. Look, he's very talented, and as you can tell, he's just a little out of sync, but he'll get there. This program will make sure that he does. He runs in his family. Jake is an extremely talented player here. It's just another piece of this puzzle.
Suitor period of time to really get your game legs back.
I mean, it's that and the comfortability with the basketball in your hands. It takes a toll on you. So, it's a mentality. This game is 70% mental. And so when you can sit out and you watch other guys, you get excited for him. That's why he's been a big part of the bench. But he's
automatically. Yeah, it's his middle name.
Just in charge of bets.
Doesn't really have a flow to it, but thematically it works.
It's just he's a great kid, and I think those are players and plays.
He baits guys into it all the time. We've seen that from the start of this year at Louisville. And here he comes in transition. Betts going all the way. Now kicks it out. Suitor with the Knights, and in college, Justin Betts helping lead this Bellarmine team to a 40-point lead, or at least is what it was until that three from Campbellsville, Harrodsburg.
A deep three.
Keelan Kennedy with it. And Kurt Hof is fouled the other way.
You talk to him and he just smiles and he's very personable. So he's just a great kid. So it's good to see him back. But like I said, anything he does, he's going to be extremely successful.
That's 5 straight points for Keelan Kennedy. Yeah, it's like Captain America on a college campus. Just does everything. Former SAC president, the Student Athlete Advisory Council. Both had it stripped.
I'm telling you, it's physical underneath.
Duncan steps into a three. No. Landon Hacker back into the game. Played some minutes in the first half. And a kickball keeps it here. All right, Forrest. Playing for Scott Davenport in these types of games where you're running away with a big win. What's the film session like after one of these games?
It's good. I think that you break it down and listen, I think Coach Davenport understands that film is important, but he's not going to beat you over the head with it. He's going to have his points, and then you move on, and you move on to the next game. And
three. Bellarmine's happy to have him back. No pun intended. Douglas for 2.
And again, that Campbellsville, Harrodsburg, they're a back cut. They've just been a pushover team. They've got great sets and very athletic, just hard team to play. Come in and play as Bellarmine.
And Douglas with the steal. Douglas ahead of the pack, showing off the athleticism. Carry on Douglas, the Louisville native, played at Ballard High School, having a nice game tonight with 12 points. Johnson deep three, drills it. Shooting is going to be so key for Bellarmine in A-Sun play as Douglas is rolling on the other end. Johnson brings the shooting presence that it feels like they lost with C.J. Fleming.
Yeah, and we talked about him being in the game, continuing to get minutes. It's the more that he can get the ball up and it sees it go through the net, the better he's going to be in tough.
Off the drive. That was Tyrese Duncan. Senior from Louisville, another Ballard guy. Former starting point guard. He'll be the 6th man moving forward. They love his energy off the bench. Johnson in the post. Slight height advantage with Joyce. Kick out Fairman for a 3. Tip from Jennings out to Johnson. To Hatton in the post. Fairman off the cut. Shot fake goes up and scores.
He has some really upside potential as well. And someone that they don't see a lot on the court. And it's exciting to see every piece that's still behind in these layers of Bellarmine basketball.
And again, right now, some of these guys could be playing for that 8th, 9th, 10th spot when they need to turn to someone for some minutes in conference play. They're competing for that right now. Johnson for three. Another one.
Of him, and he can also get up and dunk the ball really well. So I'm excited about Ben Johnson.
Lengthy move there from Chris Rollins on the other end.
Chris Rollins is a pure athlete, man. His release point on his jump shot is a foot above everyone else.
6'4", seems a lot bigger than that. But Johnson now is 12 points for Bellarmine. Suter, the leading scorer of this game, with 22 for the Knights. They're trying to get it to Hatton in the post, but Jennings missed it. Oh, chance for Campbellsville-Harrodsburg to get some new guys in. And McDaniels Jr., he's a starter. Fortunate bank. Something he'll remember. Campbellsville-Harrodsburg's final D1 exhibition this year. Zach Jennings, defensive guy off the bench, pass out to Fairman, creates some space, and finishes, and one. Wheeland on the floor. Bellarmine's not letting up with just over 2 to go. Here comes Fairman. Outside for Hacker. Finds Roberts cutting, and lays it home. Lee short with a three. And 90 seconds to go here in the home opener for Bellarmine. Knights coming off a tough loss at Morehead State. Lost by 7. Down by as many as 16. Rallied to cut it to 4. But could not finish it out against the OVC preseason favorite. They're going to bounce back with a win. Hacker, no. Roberts there. Community excited to make the short drive up for this one. And for a lot of families, stay in town. Bellarmine will work the clock here. Freshman Hacker in the post. Hacker back to the basket. 8 to shoot. Out to DeVault. DeVault spinning. Shooting. No. Jennings tip no. Out of bounds off Bellarmine.